Have you ever found yourself frantically searching for your keys, only to discover them in the most obvious place? It's a scenario that plays out in countless households every day. We've all been there, experiencing that frustrating moment when our memory seems to fail us. The more we search, the more elusive the keys seem to become. It's a common phenomenon. We can recall intricate details from years past, but draw a blank when it comes to remembering where we placed our keys just moments ago. This lapse in memory can be both amusing and exasperating. This intriguing quirk of the human mind begs the question, why do we remember some things so vividly while others seem to vanish into thin air? Our minds are like a vast library, yet sometimes the most recent entries seem to get misplaced. This puzzling contrast highlights the complex and multifaceted nature of memory. It's not just about storing information, but also about how we retrieve it. Our brains are not simply recording devices, passively storing every piece of information we encounter. They are more like dynamic systems, constantly at work. Instead, memory is a dynamic process, constantly filtering, sorting, and prioritizing information based on its perceived importance and relevance. This ongoing process is what makes our memories both fascinating and sometimes frustratingly unreliable. To understand the science behind our selective memory, it's crucial to recognize that not all memories are created equal. The way our brain processes and stores information varies significantly, depending on the type of memory involved. Our brains employ different types of memory systems, each with its unique characteristics and functions. These systems work together to help us navigate our daily lives, learn new things, and recall past experiences. One fundamental distinction lies between short-term memory and long-term memory. Understanding this difference is key to grasping how we retain and recall information. Short-term memory, also known as working memory, acts as a mental scratch pad, holding onto small amounts of information for brief periods, typically a few seconds to a minute. This type of memory is essential for tasks that require immediate attention and quick thinking. This is the system we rely on when remembering a phone number just long enough to dial it, or keeping track of ingredients while cooking. It allows us to manage and manipulate information in real time. In contrast, long-term memory serves as a vast repository for information we've deemed significant enough to retain over extended periods, ranging from days to decades. This system helps us build a sense of identity and continuity over time. Long-term memory encompasses a wide range of information, including factual knowledge, semantic memory, personal experiences, episodic memory, and learned skills, procedural memory. These memories shape who we are and influence our future actions and decisions. By understanding the different types of memory, we can better appreciate the complexity of our cognitive processes. The creation and storage of memories involve intricate processes within the brain. When we encounter new information, it's initially encoded in various brain regions, with the hippocampus playing a crucial role in transferring information from short-term to long-term memory. Think of the hippocampus as the brain's librarian, carefully cataloging and organizing memories for future retrieval. However, this filing system is not infallible. Memories can fade over time if they're not accessed or reinforced, a process known as forgetting. Furthermore, the way we encode information significantly influences its retrieval. Memories are not stored as isolated fragments, but rather as interconnected networks of associations. The richer and more meaningful the connections, the stronger and more accessible the memory becomes. With this understanding of memory systems, we can begin to unravel the mystery of why we remember certain details while others elude us. Our brains are complex organs, constantly processing and filtering vast amounts of information every second. The key lies in the brain's prioritization system. This system helps us determine what information is important enough to store long-term and what can be discarded. Memories associated with strong emotions, vivid sensory experiences, or personal significance tend to leave a more profound imprint on our minds. These experiences activate multiple areas of the brain, creating stronger neural connections. For instance, we might effortlessly recall the details of a childhood vacation or a particularly memorable celebration, events often charged with emotion and sensory richness. These moments are often revisited in our minds, reinforcing the memory over time. Conversely, mundane or routine actions, such as placing our keys down upon entering the house, may not receive the same level of attention or encoding depth. These actions are often performed on autopilot, without much conscious thought. Without conscious effort to create meaningful associations, these everyday actions can easily slip through the cracks of our memory. Our brains prioritize more significant events, leaving routine tasks less encoded. When we place our keys down absent-mindedly, our brains may not fully process the information about the location, making it harder to retrieve later. This is why we often find ourselves searching frantically for misplaced items, as the memory of their location was never strongly formed.